Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Amerock. This is their part number, well, it's their part number BPR 7565 BB. This is basically a pair of hinges. 7565 is going to be the important part of this. It's a pair of hinges, and these hinges are going to be, in particular, a 3/8 of an inch overlay, but they're also a 3/8 inset as well. And what that means is you're going to have a door that has a stepped profile in the edge of the preparation, because it's both it's an overlay, which wouldn't require it to be stepped, but it's inset, and that's where that's going to come in to play. So let's take a closer look at this hinge. In the packaging, you're going to get a pair of hinges. They're going to include the screws in a complementary finish. And by the way, the BB stands for burnished brass. And then a couple of silencers. Those historically have been cork, but I believe that they're certainly not cork anymore, but I believe they're a open cell neoprene. Sponge-like is what that would be. And they're, of course, self-adhesive. Now, back to the hinge. This is, and I'm going to show you what the stepped profile looks like, but it's 3/8 of an inch. And that's the 3/8 of an inch comes in right here, which is from this portion of the hinge to this portion of the hinge. That's 3/8. 3/8 also comes in from this portion of the hinge back to here, so we can measure that as well. That's also 3/8. Okay? A couple of other basic dimensional properties. This is a partial wrap, I believe they call it. Yeah, they do. It's a partial wrap, and I'll explain that right now. The partial wrap refers to the fact that the leaf here goes back in and then attaches to the side jamb of the frame itself, rather than it mounting right here. It mounts here, and that's this entire leg is what is referred to as the partial wrap nature of the hinge. Okay, some other basic dimensional properties. The overall height of the leaf on the back, about 1.25 inches. The overall portion that's going to be on the frame, about 2.25 inches. Okay. Slotted holes, obviously, to get that vertical adjustment the way you like it, and then fixed holes to go to the back of the door. Let's switch to the screen view, and let's take a closer look at the supporting documentation. Here is the item that we are looking at, and this item is currently sold per box of 100 pair. That's the price currently for this. By the time you're seeing it, it will certainly be different, I would imagine. So 3/8, it's a self-closing hinge. That's self-evident. When the door gets down to about 30 degree, well, actually no more than that. Yeah, probably 40 degree would be my guess. It'll have a tendency to start to self-close. Depending on the weight of the cabinet, you might need to get it closer to 30 degree. 3/8 inset and 3/8 overlay, and it's a partial wrap. Okay, so let's discuss what that is. So your hinge looks like this. Okay, so your door is going to end up looking not unlike this. This is going to sit here. This is going to sit here. Okay, that hinge is going to come here. Now your jamb So there you go. A poor drawing of what we're working on, but that's the edge of what your door is going to look like. And what they're saying is that the dimension from here to here is 3/8. The dimension from here to here is 3/8, and that's what you have to measure. Now, recently, and quite coincidentally, I've had a couple of people, a couple of clients with overlay inset hinges. These clients, I think one was quarter inch overlay and 5/8 inset. The other may have been the same type of hinge, but not a partial wrap. It's just a hinge that is surface mounted. Okay, and what both of these clients have discovered, because they're literally working on projects where the cabinetry was built in the 1950s or 60s, is that the modern replacements are not exactly completely accurate. And what I'm referring to is the dimension here. They were both surface mount, and where this plane of where the hinge mounts to is either shy of this plane or slightly below this plane, and it was causing trouble for the client in the fact that the plane was higher, thus allowing the door to sit into the opening further, causing a little bit of rub. It's interesting that in all the decades of selling cabinet hardware, in 2 weeks I've had the same problem with mid-century cabinet hardware. But anyway, I guess the reason I'm mentioning that is if you're replacing hinges from the 1950s or 60s, expect you might have to do more than just swap out hinges. You know, possibly relieving part of the door preparation is what's going to be necessary. Okay, but anyway, we've discussed what the overlay and what the inset is. Now we can look at it a little bit further as well. The link here to the manufacturer's page will allow you to review not only all of the Amerock products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the current product catalog. But the one I like is the 2012 product catalog, because it's going to show us a variety of different hinge types. And the reason I draw your attention to this is because there is likely just a failure of general understanding of the different terms. And when we get down to about the 90th page or so, we're going to start seeing hinges, and here they are. Yeah, about the 88th page of the document. As you scroll through, you're going to see where you have different terms defined. Here's partial wrap. Here's full wrap. And as you study, just study what the two hinges look like. The full wrap has a bend back here. The partial wrap does not. Okay. And as you study through this catalog, you're going to see how these hinges look in cross view, and they define the dimensions. So this hinge is a partial wrap. We know that it refers to this leg of the hinge, but we know that it's an overlay as well, and they define for us that overlay. How much the door overlays the face of the opening. And as you scroll through, you'll find additional references and instances where you can further your understanding and knowledge of what these terms are. Here is a overlay inset hinge. This is the same hinge we have, except it's surface mounted, or what they call face mount. 3/8 overlay, 3/8 inset, face mount. So we've got a 7565, and if I search this document, we will certainly find the 7565, and here it is in cross section, right there. Okay. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, the name Amerock is quite synonymous with cabinet hardware, and you'll see from their product catalog that they get into organizational material as well. Different finishes this hinge is available in. This is the burnished brass. Let's take a look and see what other finishes are available in this item. I know that 2012 catalog listed 3 other finishes. And as I look at the other finishes, it tells me that we're looking at a satin nickel, which is a G10 finish. We're looking at an ORB, which would be oil rubbed bronze. A BB, of course, burnished brass. And that appears to be the 3 finishes that are available in this item at this time. If you have any questions on the 7565 and a BB finish, again, when you buy one, you're buying a pair. or any other Amerock product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.